We've talked about this, and it's on shows like ours, it's fun. But I do think the game is more global now, and some of the top players are, they're global stars. I still think the country that produces by far and away the most talent consistently is the United States. And I think we'll kind of roll through these Olympics. There's been a debate that Kevin Durant, there's been a Durant kind of LeBron, the older guys shouldn't start, younger guys. I would argue Anthony Davis is playing better basketball than virtually everybody on the planet right now. What do you make of the construct of this team? The Jaylen Brown situation is sort of weird. Are you okay with the construct and the minutes as they're being distributed right now?
Well, first I'll say this. Jaylen Brown should be on the team. Yeah. He definitely got snubbed. It's to add insult to injury. It's like not only is he not on the team, but 3 of his teammates are on the team. That just makes it worse. And I'm glad he's not patched things up, but he talked to Derek White. He's supportive of him. So it shouldn't cause any friction there. But it's not right. I get them talking about, hey, we want a role player, a guy that will seamlessly be able to shoot threes and defend, and that's all he's looking to do in Derek White. But Kawhi Leonard wasn't that guy. It's not like you had lost a role player. Kawhi Leonard was a star. Yeah. And so you can't tell me we had a guy that was going to do the dirty work, so we had to replace him with such a guy. Jaylen could be a great defender if he doesn't have to worry about scoring 25 points a game. So he'd fill that role, and he shoots the three pretty much as well as Derek White. I mean, career-wise, they're the same percentage almost exactly. So I think he got snubbed. But overall, the team is great. Colin, I look at this kind of as the third iteration of the Dream Team. You obviously had 92, the originals, and then 2008, the Redeem Team, when we had to kind of put our foot down again, right, and win gold. And now you've got this iteration where we've got some all-time legends in LeBron, KD, and Steph. Then you've got kind of the next group of superstars from America like Anthony Edwards, and even guys in between like Anthony Davis. So this team, and this, Colin, I hate to say it because we're going to roll this year. There's no doubt. This is the last time I think we'll be able to definitely send a team, and it's like there's no doubt we're winning.
Yeah.
Like, I think we'll win more in the future. We'll still win some gold medals, but it won't be definitive every single year again like it is now when we send our best guys.
So we talked about Bronny earlier. I didn't have a problem in an incredibly historically weak draft, the Lakers drafting a project and a G Leaguer, because I think once you got past the 35th pick, most of the players were rotational or G League players. He is worse offensively than I thought. He's just not an NBA player offensively. What do you make? Is the league? I mean, I've seen Kwame Brown play. People have come out, been highly critical of it. How does the Bronny move play privately around the league?
Well, look, everybody sees that it's you use the perfect word, project, okay? And it depends on who you speak to as far as how people feel about it. Obviously, it's nepotism, but nepotism is rampant throughout the NBA, so some people will overlook that. And then there's those that talk about, wow, the father-son dynamic. LeBron coming from, the situation he grew up in, not knowing his father and doing everything he can for his son, and what a moment for him and the NBA. But you can't get past the fact that right now Bronny is not ready. And like I said, project is the perfect word. You don't typically think of 6'1" guys as projects,
right?
But that's what Bronny is, right?
Yeah.
And look, on a positive note, defensively, he looks like he can, be a pretty good defender. And what his goal should be right now, and I'm talking about over the next few years, is finding his niche, which is defense, right?
Yeah.
And then over time, adding the three-point shot. What is really telling, Colin, is the fact that they almost never have him bringing the ball up.
Yes.
Like, he's a 6'1" player. He's going to have to guard point guards. He's got, obviously not the basketball IQ of his dad, but a solid, smart basketball IQ. And yet they're not even attempting to have him learn point guard at this point. So they're looking at him as a 3-and-D guy, and obviously he's got to work on the three-pointer. The fact people got excited about him hitting threes in the Chicago camp, remember, but that's against air. Yeah. I mean, you've been around NBA guys in practice. When you just let them shoot three-pointers by themselves, they drain a ton of them. So he's got to improve that. I can't imagine the speed of the game is too much for him because he's used to playing against high-level talent. But when you can make threes alone, but you have trouble making them in games, and I'm not talking about just the Summer League, I'm talking about USC as well, that feels like you're rushing your shot because you have to get up quicker than you like to. And so he's got to work on that. But look, the goal ultimately, I think, is can he become a rotation player? Yeah. I don't see him being a starter. No. I don't see him being a star, obviously. No. But can he ever get in a rotation? And I think with his defense and over time, his shot should improve like his dad's has. Yeah. Then I think maybe he can one day get in a rotation.
Yeah, he's not a natural fluid offensive player. He's pretty robotic, and I do think his only way to make it middle to bottom of the bench is a defensive player. So we talked about it this week is Julius Randle's a productive player, but the Knicks are a small team, and losing Isaiah Hartenstein, they get smaller because Mitchell Robinson has injuries, is that small ball was always a bit of a figment of our imagination. It was just Steph Curry and Clay were the best shooting backcourt ever, is that you need size, and the league continues to get bigger and more international. Julius Randle, if he's signed by the Knicks, will end up being a 5, and I just don't think he can defend them. I think they'll be small in a conference that has Porzingis, Giannis, Embiid, lots of young bigs. I think he's a good player, but a bad fit for the Knicks. And what worries me, Brew, is that when James Dolan was distracted over the last 2 years with the architecture of the sphere, he was away from the organization. And the Knicks flourished in drafting and development. The sphere's done, and it's a revenue machine. Now he's back to talking about how much he loves Julius Randle. Will this decision, what do you foresee as Julius Randle's future? He does have a market. I don't doubt that. Yeah, I don't think he fits this Knick roster. What say you?
Well, look, if I could get a Karl Anthony Towns, and I don't think they can, for Julius Randle, certainly I'd do something like that. I'm listening. If I'm talking to teams around the league, I'm listening to their offers or their interest in Julius Randle. But I'm not shopping him at this moment. Now, I'm not giving him a contract extension right now either, right? He's eligible for one of those. I'm not giving him that. He's under contract this year, has a player option next year. So I'm just playing it out. And here's the thing, Colin, because you're right. A lot of people are saying, well, now to this Jalen Brunson's team, where does Randle fit? But when they first traded for OG Anunoby midway through last season, Julius Randle was healthy, and everybody was essentially healthy, and they won 12 of 14 games. They went 12-2 with Randle, Anunoby, Brunson, and the rest of the guys, and then Randle got hurt. So if I'm the Knicks, I'm intrigued about, okay, let's try it, right? If it doesn't work out, we have time to move Randle. But right now, let's give it a shot and see how it can work out. Look, they need Mitchell Robinson to be healthy. It's as simple as that, because you're right, losing Hartenstein is big for them. But if Robinson is healthy, you can still have a big guy in the middle, and at times go small, maybe with Randle at the 5. The thing I don't like about him most of all is, and this is no mystery, he just has disappeared in the playoffs. He shoots like 34% in the playoffs, 28% from 3. His scoring average goes way down. And so that bothers me if I'm the Knicks. But I'm giving it a shot early, seeing how it works. And if I have to move him, I think I'll be able to.
Chris Broussard, check out First Things First after our show. Good seeing you as always, bud.
You too, Colin. Thanks.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.